User's technical education. 1. General requirements. 1.1. Users should read the user's manual carefully. Operate the vehicle by the user's manual. Apply the running-in of the vehicle as required. Carry out the running-in maintenance upon completion of the running-in period, and maintain the vehicle strictly by the specified maintenance period. 1.2. Do not retrofit or modify the vehicle without authorization. Users should bear all the responsibilities and consequences arising from such unauthorized retrofit and modification. 1.3. Users should select appropriate oils and fluids according to local climate, environment temperature, and road conditions. Conduct routine maintenance, elementary maintenance, and complete maintenance according to the intervals and the maintenance items required in the manual. 1.4. Do not drive the vehicle with any malfunctions. Whenever any malfunction is detected, troubleshooting should be done as soon as possible. Ask the service station for help if necessary. 1.5. Do observe safety instructions during operation, maintenance, and repair of the vehicle. 1.6. The manufacturer is not responsible for any damages or losses as a consequence of not following the user's manual during operation, maintenance, or repair of the vehicle, or from using unauthorized parts for maintenance and repair. 1.7. This instruction disc only serves as a reference for operation, maintenance, and repair of the vehicle. The manufacturer reserves the right to modify the content without notice. The instruction disc should not be used against the manufacturer in any way under any circumstances. 2. Oil and fluids filling. 2.1. Users should fill the engine coolant, engine oil, diesel, power steering oil, gearbox oil, rear axle oil, engine cooling fan angle transmission oil, clutch oil, brake fluid, windshield washer fluid, various grades according to local climate, environment temperature, and road conditions. The user should strictly observe requirements, specifications, and quantity as specified in the user's manual. 2.2. Oils and fluids of the same model should be filled. Do not mix the oils and fluids of different models and manufacturers. 2.3. If water instead of specified coolant is used, a range of problems such as corrosion, damage to cylinder body, or reduced cooling effect may occur. 2.4. Failure to comply with the user's manual to replace or fill up engine oil, gearbox oil, rear axle oil, or power steering oil will result in the unreliable lubrication, leakage, more gum buildup, serious carbon deposit, increased lubrication resistance, undesirable oil film thickness and strength, or premature damage to the mating surface of the corresponding parts. 3. Vehicle driving. 3.1. Before driving every day, check the fuel, oil, coolant, and fill up them if needed. Check the steering and braking systems, all the lights and instrument indicators. Check if wheel hub and brake drums are overheating. During driving, check the oil and fluid level and pay attention to any leakage, noise, or other abnormal phenomena. Try to identify the cause and solve the problems if there is any. Any malfunctions must be dealt with immediately after the operation of the vehicle. 3.2. engine start and stop. 3.2.1 When starting the engine, the gearbox must be in neutral position. Apply the handbrake and warm up the engine when needed, according to the environment temperature. If the engine cannot be started for the first time, start it up again after 2 minutes. Otherwise, the battery may be damaged, or the starter may be burnt out due to overheating. After starting the engine, it should run at idle speed for 3 to 5 minutes to warm up and ensure the proper lubrication of the turbocharger. The engine idle time should not last too long. Otherwise, it may result in the high oil consumption, carbon deposit, clogging, and poor atomization of the nozzle or other malfunctions. 3.2.2 After driving at high speed and heavy load, the engine must run at idle speed for 3 to 5 minutes before shutting down, to dissipate the heat emitting parts by the lubricant. 3.2.3 Attention! Do not force start an electronically controlled engine by towing the vehicle. 3.3 The vehicle can be driven only when the engine temperature is higher than 40 degrees and the braking pressure is higher than 0.4 megabar. Before the vehicle is started, completely disengage the parking brake to prevent the parking brake shoe from burning out or causing failure or damage to relevant engine parts. During normal driving, make sure the retarder is released to prevent malfunction. 3.4 The mechanical gearbox must be applied in the first gear when the vehicle starts to move, not in the second or any higher gear. When the clutch is applied, half clutching is forbidden. Otherwise, serious damage to the clutch may occur. 3.5 Do not drive with the engine off or the gear in neutral position. 3.6 When power steering is equipped, do not steer when the engine is off. When turning, the steering wheel should not be in the locking position for more than 17 seconds. Failure to do so may cause serious damage or leakage of oil seal and pipelines. 3.7 Vehicle hardwired towing should be adopted. Do remove the drive shaft from the hydraulic gearbox before towing. 4. Vehicle maintenance. 4.1 Running-in maintenance. The running-in maintenance should be carried out at the Higer bus service station according to the required maintenance items at the first 5,000 kilometers. 4.2 Routine maintenance. Prior to driving the vehicle, check and fill up all oils and fluids, especially the fuel, coolant, engine oil, and power steering fluid. Check whether the bolts and nuts of the steering, braking, and wheel parts are tightened securely and whether the lights and instruments work properly. While driving, pay attention to any abnormalities, especially bad smells, abnormal noise, or leakage. After operating the vehicle, turn off all electronic devices and rectify any problems in a timely manner. Special attention! After daily operation of the vehicle, be sure to turn off the manual battery main switch as a safety precaution. 4.2.1 Check the belt tension of the fan, alternator, and air conditioner. Check for wear of the support bearings and driving belts caused by excessive belt tight, and check for loose belts to prevent the belts from falling off. 4.2.2 Drain the water from the air reservoir daily to avoid rust and clogging of the pipeline due to the freezing temperature in winters. Failure to do so may cause brake malfunction. 4.2.3 The air filter exhaust duct should be cleaned every week. The large elements of air filter should be cleaned or replaced regularly according to the indication sign. 4.2.4 Drain of water from the diesel filter or pre-filter according to the indication sign, or on a weekly basis, and replace it regularly as required. 4.2.5 Check the pipelines of intake system daily for tightness and prevent them from loosening, leaking, or deformations from squeezing. 4.2.6 Check the central electronic control unit, relay, fuse, and connection plug to ensure they work properly. Identify the causes for any malfunctions and rectify the problem if any. Do not use unauthorized conducting wire or fuses. 4.2.7 Do not wash the electronic devices directly with water, especially the ECU, plug, battery, or relay. When washing inside the bus, be sure to prevent water from entering or splashing into the remote door control receiver, power converter, and signal converter below the dashboard. Failure to do so may cause damage, short circuit, or malfunctions of above instruments. 4.2.8 Check the steering gear bracket, middle rocker arm, shaft and bracket regularly to ensure they are in good conditions. 4.2.9 Check the connections between the engine bearing and drive shaft to the flange regularly for any loose parts. 5. Vehicle repair. 5.1 Make sure the vehicle is parked securely at time of repair and maintenance. Be sure to jack up the vehicle at the specified position when lifting the vehicle. 5.2 The vehicle maintenance and repair site should be well ventilated. Disposal of the waste oil and other garbage should comply with the local government regulations to protect the environment. 5.3 Before any weld work on the vehicle, disconnect the negative battery cables and all ECU plug. Under other situations, if the inspection or repair requires removing the battery, first disconnect the negative cables to avoid the danger of short circuit. 5.4 Do not retrofit the vehicle without our authorization. Special attention should be paid to parts related to vehicle safety, such as electronic devices, oil line, braking and steering parts. 5.5 It is recommended to replace rather than repair the damaged parts and components of the steering and braking system to ensure maximum safety. 5.6 Before replacing a fuse, be sure to check whether the rated current of the new fuse conforms to the standards. Do not use the fuse with the current capacity lower than the rated current. Failure to do so may cause malfunctions of the vehicle. Do not use fuses with a capacity higher than the rated current. Failure to do so may cause fire. 5.7 Before inspect the electronically controlled fuel system, first remove the ground wire of the battery. 5.8 Do not carry out pressure relief test by cutting off the high pressure oil line of the electronically controlled engine. Otherwise, the high pressure oil may harm people. 6. Purchase and use of auto parts. 6.1 Please contact the local service stations and dealers of hire to purchase original parts. Please use the original auto parts for vehicle maintenance and repair. 6.2. Do not use unauthorized auto parts, which may cause damage to the vehicle and compromise driving safety and reliability. 7. Service information. Our website at www.higer.com.cm. Our email address is higerservice@higer.com.cm. Our contact address: number 288 East Suhong Road, Suzhou Industry Park, Jiangsu Province, China. Zip code 215026.